Like so many of us, there's nothing Jamie enjoys more than shopping with his lovely lady wife. Imagine his frustration when, incidentally popping out to check some squirrel feeders, he's faced with one of the hardest moral dilemmas that we've probably all faced at some point.
This is specifically a message for my wife. I wasn't intending on going shooting this morning, I swear to God I wasn't. But I've just seen a load of rabbits coming into the wheat over there, and to ignore them would be doing the landowner an extraordinary sort of disservice. So I'm going to have a crack at them. So have to put IKEA on hold, I'm afraid. Sorry. Instead of checking out squirrel feeders, Warren is doing quite an extraordinary amount of damage to the wheat field. So we're going to basically try and ease in along this line here, a little bit of stalking, and then sit and wait. And I've counted 6 or 7 coming out already, so let's just see what happens. But we can't leave them there. Think of the poor landowner.
It looks like this 20-minute stop may have worked out a little bit longer than he thought. Jamie may be dodging the shopping for now, but he is one for finding a bargain.
I kind of read an awful lot online about PCP air rifles being really expensive and which is the best cheap PCP to get. It's not about cheap, it's about quality. But if you can combine quality and value, then you're laughing. I looked online earlier and one of these little Ultras, a single shot one admittedly, but one of these little Ultras, 350 quid I think. Little scope like this, 4x32 scope. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. And out to 35, 40 yards, you're laughing. I think that's about 30 quid. So under £400, you get an extraordinarily accurate, extraordinarily well-built rifle with a BSA barrel. Okay, it's not regulated. Okay, you're limited to about 40 shots. But when I say limited, I'm going to use about 7 or 8 today. I'm very rarely going to be using the whole 40. It's just worth bearing in mind. These things are fantastic and all for under 400 quid. How can you go wrong?
We're not sure if all this camo is for hiding from the rabbits or from his wife. Either way, it seems to be working.
I could just see the ears. Literally, I caught a glimpse of him. The sun caught him and the ears were sort of shining. That's what attracted me. I didn't know it was there at all. And then I was just waiting and the ears sort of bobbed up. I just had an instant of a clear shot. Well, that was a pretty awesome and unexpected day. It just shows you, doesn't it? It's not all about money. It's about quality. It's about getting the right things. And to be honest with you, I've been walking around with this thing for the last 4 hours. You wouldn't believe it. I know this is a multi-shot version, and I was talking about the single shot earlier, but absolutely knocks them out the park. To put it in a way that I'll be having to experience later in order to pay penance for my extraordinary timekeeping when I said I'd be back in 20 minutes. If you imagine my R10 is like a Hermes tote, it's a big heavy handbag. This is more a sexy mulberry clutch. So something to bearing in mind, or certainly something my credit cards will be bearing in mind in a bit. I'll go and pay my penance, shall I?